Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing on this fine day? I figured I would throw some input in on the Halo Infinite news that came out I think it was just over a week ago now. About it's going to be launching without co-op and without Forge. I'm not going to lie, a little upset about the co-op part. That's always the first thing I do is play the campaign. Because I'm not just the multiplayer fan, I'm a huge, just like Halo lore nerd. So I'm a little bummed that the co-op campaign, because minus Halo 5 when Halo 4 when B-Dog went to the military, we have played all the campaigns. Like, that's always the first thing we did, played the campaign together, beat it, and then we went and started doing multiplayer. But we'd always go back and play the campaign. I think him and I have talked about maybe even going through playing the campaigns again before it comes out. I played all the campaigns. I couldn't even tell you how many times. So I'm bummed about that. Like, I was like really planning on having. I just assumed. You know what they say about assuming, but I just assumed it was going to be 4-player co-op at launch. So we had 4 of us ready to go, already planned. We all took the day off, which I'm still taking the day off, and I'm going to play the campaign and blah, blah, blah. And we'll play the co-op at a later date. They said it's going to release with the second season, which I think the season is going to be like 2 or 3 months. So we should have it at the beginning of 2022. So it's upsetting, but like I said, we're getting the game. We're getting the game December 8th, which I should have started the video with that, December 8th for the launch date. I'm stoked. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm still going to enjoy it. I'm bummed about those two things not being in it. But, for me, co-op campaign, definitely, that's, if I had to pick one that the game needs to release with and not wait for it, it'd be co-op campaign. Because I've heard people say that, Forge is just important. A lot of people just like to Forge and blah, blah, blah. And I get that. But Forge, at the beginning of the life of Halo, is such a small part because people are still just figuring it out and putting it together. And for the long run, Forge is probably one of the most important things, because Forge keeps the game fresh, it keeps it new, it keeps it interesting. So it's definitely a bummer that that's not there at launch, but I think out of the two, the biggest upset for launch is co-op. Because that's what everybody does. Everybody jumps in and plays. There's people that just play multiplayer only, never touch Halo campaigns. And that's fine. But you just gotta... It stinks, but we're still getting it. So, and we're gonna have it, and the game's gonna be fun. I'm still gonna sit at a party. We're gonna play the campaign. I'm gonna play the campaign. B-Dog, Matt, they're all gonna play the campaign. We're gonna talk about it. And when it comes out, we're gonna play it. We're gonna run it through on Legendary. It's gonna be a good time. So I'm still stoked for it. I can't wait to see what lore they add to the universe, what they take from either, sounds like from Halo Wars 2, obviously everything from Master Chief sagas. It's going to be definitely a good campaign. I feel for it. I'm just happy to see, was it Atrium? Seems like the Atriox's main general there that's going to be fighting, the one that does the speech in the Craig video that they posted a while back with E3, when everybody lost their cool about the video graphic quality of Halo Infinite. But yeah, so co-op's definitely a bummer. I think the Forge, like I said, Forge, personally, I don't ever really play with it, but I go in, I make maybe a couple maps, nothing on the scale and the level that some people make it. Some people are just crazy and make amazing game types, especially in Halo 5. All the crazy game types people made in Halo 5, that's insane. Every Halo, people make the best of Forge. So I really am excited for that in the long run, but it sucks. I wish it would launch with everything, but that's a lesser requirement, I guess, than the co-op, I think. And that's just me personally. And I know people are going to disagree, but if you really just sit down and think about it, the Forge mode, for the majority, it does. That's what it does. It just adds longevity to the game. And in the first few months, people aren't going to need to have all these maps and stuff. The need's not there. The want is definitely. Everybody wants everything all the time. But the need for it won't be for the first few months anyway. And, I mean, we're going to be playing big teams and Slayers, social, ranked. Like, there's going to be enough to keep everybody happy until Forge comes out. And then people are going to get it, and people are going to come out with some Forge maps. And you know what the thing is, though? And this is why you guys need to sign up for Flight, especially if you want Forge. Because they said they're going to flight them. So if they're going to flight them, you can get in there. You can start testing out the Forge. And that way, by the time that Forge launches, you're already kind of an expert on it, and you can throw together the maps you want and get all that going right then and there. So just, you know, that's the cool thing. So you definitely got to go to the flights. Go to the HaloWaypoint.com, sign up for the flights, get in there. You can do it on any Xbox, the PlayStation, screw the PlayStation, on the PC, and just get in there and just make it work. That's what the best of it is. I mean, I truly do. The game looks great. The people that played it can tell you, like, definitely making progress on the game from, I think, the worries that everybody had about it. So us getting the game in December is good for everybody. Yeah, it sucks. It's going to be minus some features, but that's just how it is. And it's not the end of the world. But yeah, December 8th, though. I got to talk about that. So December 8th is when they're releasing. They released a trailer for the first season of the Battle Pass. They announced it at Gamescom last Wednesday. So they also announced with it 2 pieces of hardware. I only ended up grabbing one of them. I was at work, so I didn't really get to see it. So they announced an Xbox Series X Halo Edition, which looks amazing. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get my hands on it, because I have every special edition Halo Xbox. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get my hands on that. That's definitely going to be, it's on my to-do list. So I've been keeping an eye on that. So if anybody, one of the fans sees something pop up, make sure you hit me up on one of the socials so I can snag one of those. But I did get the Master Chief Series 2 Elite controller. That thing looks just beautiful. I cannot wait to get my hands on that controller. That thing is, oof. They did such a good job, well, at least in the pictures. I mean, obviously I haven't got my hands on it yet, but I'm sure it's going to look just as beautiful when I get it. I can't wait for that to launch and me to be playing on that. I love the series. I love the Elite controllers, especially the Series 2. I mean, I like the Series 1. I had issues. The only issue I had with the Series 1 was the grips fell off of it. But besides that, I thought it was good. But the Series 2, I've had the Series 2 since launch, and it has been nothing but great for me. I love the paddles on it. So that's probably why I wouldn't switch away from it. Like the Scuff, I was looking at the Scuff controllers. The paddles on the back of the Scuff controller they don't make sense to me looking at it. It feels like I'd have to hold my hand super awkwardly. Where this one, the way they designed the Elite controller, your fingers are already behind the controller anyway, so it's a little bit of a learning curve getting your fingers used to pressing buttons back there, but once you do, I have sometimes a hard time grabbing a regular controller now and playing on it. So, I'm excited to be playing on the Master Chief one. But, I'm trying to think, was there something else? I'm also kind of interested, back on the Halo topic, what is actually going to be, like, so I saw somebody talking about this. Is the Battle Pass the only way we're going to be getting armors? Are they going to have armors in the game like they do with all the other Halos? Like, you can either, like, with Reach, where you can unlock it through a credit system and through things of that nature, or, like, challenges and, like, all the other ones, like, especially now with Master Chief Collection, they have Challenge, you can get armor. They got the store, you can get armor. They have just a bunch of different things, and they obviously just have armor just in the game in general. So I'm curious to see what that is, because they haven't really made too much mention to it, but the way it was worded in one of the last Infinite updates, it sounds like we're only getting it through like the season pass. But I know a few people talked about it, so I'm curious to see if they're going to respond to that. And then I know people are upset about there's no XP for matches. It's all XP for like the challenges, like there's daily, weekly challenges, and then season pass challenges and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if it really matters at the end of the day. They said one of the main challenges is going to just be playing games. You get XP for challenges for playing games. So I mean, you're going to play the games anyway. So I feel like some people are just looking for an excuse to complain about anything. I mean, the fact that the Battle Pass is going to be free. Not free. Well, there is going to be stuff free in the Battle Pass, but it's going to be like any Battle Pass. But the fact that the Battle Pass is going to be able to play over time. You get it, you buy it, it's yours forever. You don't have to worry about it ever expiring, anything like that. Like, that's big. That is a big deal. Like, that stuff doesn't happen. Like, who else is doing that right now? Who else is keeping their Battle Passes active all the time? That's super consumer friendly. And like I said, I played Call of Duty a few times, the newer two, and I never once beat the Battle Pass. I mean, I played Fortnite, and I've completed Battle Passes before, and then there's plenty of times in Fortnite when I buy a Battle Pass, and I don't even complete it. Or you find yourself, like, forcing yourself to beat the Battle Pass. Like, it's just, that's not for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really enjoy that. Especially everybody, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people that are gamers have full-time jobs, full-time in school. Like, you know, we have other commitments, sports, kids, wives, husbands, you pets, you name it. Like, you have other activities, other hobbies you want to do. So, but then, you know, you get a Battle Pass and you're like, oh, I really want the stuff in it. So, you know, and gaming isn't life. And I know some people, that's got to be a reminder for them. But some people really enjoy it, and some people that is their escape. That is their thing. So, I think that's definitely a super, super big win. And I think you're going to see more and more people going to this model in the future. It just makes sense. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. December 8th, though, I just got to keep saying that. Like, the second I heard the release date, instantly took vacation time. Didn't even think about it. My brain just automatically went to it. And then it was I almost put the vacation time in because that day it was leaking beforehand that was going to be the release date. And I was like, oof. And then a lot of people started reporting on it, and I was like, maybe I should just do it. Screw it. But there's no really other, at my job, in my department, there's no other real gamers, so I wouldn't have to worry about the vacation time. And that's such nobody takes the beginning of December off anyway, so it worked out pretty well for me in that regards. But, yeah, I love Xbox's that day after they do their Gamescom thing. Their Twitter status they posted on Twitter was, how did they say it? Something along the lines of days since last leak, and it was 0. I was like, there you go. Way to own it, Xbox. Way to own it. But yeah, so that's it. Stick around. I'm sure there'll be more Halo news over here on the channel. And I appreciate you guys hanging out, checking out the vids, and we'll talk later. Have a good one.